Hi there, this is Alan Son from Hyperstream. In this video, I'm going to be exploring how to get referrals and visitors, or how to find referrals and visitors for your BNI chapter. So if you've never used Twitter, you may be wondering why you would want to be on Twitter. Why use it for BNI and why use Twitter at all, Um, and one of the main reasons in the context of BNI is it's a really good way of finding opportunities. And let me just show you what I mean. I'm just going to go into the search box here on Twitter and do a search for I am looking for, and let's see what we find. So I've done a search for I am looking for, and immediately we can see some tweets for people looking for things. So they want things. I'm going to focus this down a bit more because this is kind of the whole, I think the whole world. So I'm going to try and filter down a bit more and click on the advanced search, and I'm going to search for an exact phrase. Let's try this, and then I'm going to go to the places and search for London with a 15-mile radius. Let's do a search and see what comes up. So here we are. We've got a few more opportunities here, but it's a bit more focused. So we've got a 15-mile radius, so hopefully it's going to be more relevant to our particular members, since we're based in London and we want primarily we're looking for local business. So here's one. This could be potentially a potential referral. So here's one for someone's looking for a dentist. Let's keep going. Someone's looking for a guitarist. Someone looking for all sorts of things, really. So someone's looking for an event planner, someone who can plan events. So you can see immediately we're finding potential referrals. And I can keep on going. The list is endless. I mean, this is one for a journalist. Here's one for a web designer. So it doesn't take long for you to start finding those potential opportunities. It's a good idea to follow. Like, when you follow people and when you're engaging with people on Twitter, remember they are real people. Most of them. A good idea is to actually follow people that have real profile pictures. So a picture of themselves is always a good indication that they're a real person. But what you can also do is investigate them a little bit more. So if you want to open up someone's profile and learn a bit more about them to see whether it's someone you'd want to engage with, you can click on their profile here, so their name, and then it gives you a little bit more information about them. And then what we can do, we can click on their name again up here to open up their entire their personal page on Twitter. So this is going to give us a bit more information still about them, their profile picture. We can see a link to their website if they've put one on. We see this is Hannah Norris, and she's in PR, so she's in public relations. And then we can see what Hannah is writing about, and then see that if this is definitely someone we'd want to follow, if she's a reputable business person, or her company is something one of our members would be able to engage with, and maybe she's a potential visitor as well. We don't know that yet. So what I generally do is I'll find out a bit more about them before I engage with them. I might follow them, and they might follow me back on Twitter. So I'm going to follow Hannah here, actually, because I'm quite interested in. I'd like to know PR people. So I'm going to do a follow here, and what I'm going to do also is I'm going to add Hannah to a list. So I'm going to do add to a list, and I'm going to put I'm going to create a list called I want to create a list of people in PR. So actually I'm just going to create PR. It's a good idea to get in the habit of creating lists, for people. Because what you can do at a later stage, once you have a number of people on a list, rather than following individual people, you may want to follow a group of people, and you can do that via lists. So we can see Hannah's got her own lists here, and she hasn't created any list. But if I go to my own page, I'll show you I've already created a number of lists which are very useful. So let's just close that and go to my home page and lists, and then we can see the lists I've created. Now you can create public and private lists. You may want to keep your lists private, that's entirely up to you, but you also may want to create public lists, which you can share with other people and people can subscribe to. So here's one, for example. I've created one called Canary Wharf. I'm based in the Canary Wharf area, and I would like to know who's in the area, who's active on Twitter within Canary Wharf. So I've created a list. I've currently got 20 members on that list, which I've added. And then I've created other lists like BNI, and then my BNI visitors. So potential people that people have come to our group, and then people have also got our members. So I've got 13 members of our own group at the moment. I'm pretty sure they're not all active. So some of them are. So we've got Vitali, we've got Sue, we've got Maurice from Clean and Go, Glow. I've put Phil Berg on there for some reason as well, because he's not actually part of that chapter, but he's I think the head of the region. So I thought it might be worth putting him in that group. So I've just put relevant people that I think might be useful to put into one place, and then we can see all of the conversations and all of the tweets that our members are tweeting, or the active members are tweeting. And so that's quite useful. If people are active within a group on Twitter, I can see who's being active at one time, and then I may be able to engage and respond with them, and see what's going on. So I hope you're starting to see the value of using Twitter. Again, a really good way of using Twitter is, and for BNI especially, is to find visitors. So we look for, we have our top categories that we're looking for within our groups. So I think at the moment we have we're looking for photographers, graphic designer, and we're looking for a sign maker, etc. So what we could do, we could do a search for these people. We could do a search for, if we go to, let's have a look here. Discover, no, that's not where it is. So I'm going to do a search here. So I'm going to search for a sign maker. I don't know, maybe we'll find someone. So I'm going to do a search for a sign maker, and rather than search for tweets, we could do tweets, and then we could find people that way. I want to search for people, so I'm going to click people, and there's none there, so that's not very good. So anyway, let's go back to tweets and then see if we can find any sign maker. So here's a sign maker called Creative Sign Designs. So that could be relevant. What we'd want to do still is maybe filter that down. We could just click on their profile, find out who they are. They've got a website there, so we could then find out where they're based. They're actually in Florida, so we don't want them because they're miles away, obviously. So what we want to do again is actually filter it out and go local. So let's do sign maker, and we'll try London, 15-mile radius. So let's have a go, see what we've got. So here we've got Line 12. They are a sign maker, public relations marketing agency. Well, we might be getting a bit closer to finding a sign maker, but it's a good idea when you're if you keep in mind who it is you're looking for within your group, and then when you come across someone, just add them to a list, and then if you can search within London or within your area, then you might just come across somebody that might be relevant that you may want to tell about the meeting. So just keep in mind when you're looking on Twitter and when you're looking for referrals, just keep in mind also the potential visitors that may come to the meeting. So that's That's just something to keep in mind, basically. So by now, I'm hoping I've given you a good reason why you would want to be on Twitter. Um, it's not only a good way of engaging with potential customers for your own business, but obviously it's a good way of finding referrals for your members and fellow members in your group, and also visitors. And I'm only really touching the surface of Twitter here. There's a lot more to it, and I'm going to try and do more a bit go. I'll go into a bit more detail about some of the other features on Twitter, possibly in another video. Um, but the strategy is, basically what you need to do. You need to get on Twitter. You need to have a profile picture on there, so you've got a bit more credibility. People generally deal with people, so remember to have a picture of yourself. Have a clear description of what you do. Put a link to your website or blog, if you've got one, or maybe your LinkedIn page if you've got a LinkedIn profile. A LinkedIn profile sometimes it's a little bit more in depth and can describe you a bit more than a simple Twitter profile. So you can use Twitter as like a kind of quick conversational tool, but also then maybe take the conversation elsewhere. Take it offline, take it onto email, take it onto to LinkedIn or wherever that may be. So get an account, get a picture, build up your profile, start following people that are local and relevant to your industry. And look at what they're talking about, because you can learn a lot by following people within your industry, and just keep your finger on the pulse really, and just see what's happening. Just as a research tool, it's great for that thing, and getting involved with those people within your industry. I think is a really good way of doing that. Good tool to do that. So yeah, do that. Get on Twitter. They are real people. They're real conversations, and I wish you good luck with that. And I'll try and do another video which will be going into more detail about Twitter later on. So thanks for listening and watching, and take care. Bye bye.